flip, and, all in one motion, and I'm struggling with my tiny hands I used to call it the Darnell wig, even though it was my own hair. It just looks like a bad.
2 weeks after giving birth, most women are still healing, surviving on broken sleep, and learning how to hold their new world together. Linda Hamilton was doing something entirely different. She was training like a soldier, breathing like a warrior, and reshaping her body into a weapon. Long before audiences saw her raw power in Terminator 2: Judgment Day, she was already paying a price few actors in Hollywood history have ever endured. Now, at 69, Linda Hamilton finally broke her silence and revealed the strange, disturbing, and painful behind-the-scenes effects of becoming Sarah Connor. Not the fame, not the legend, but the damage, the hearing she never got back, the psychological toll that lingered for decades, the moments on set that felt less like acting and more like surviving. This isn't the story you thought you knew. It's the one Hollywood never wanted told. Before the guns, before the ripped arms, before becoming a feminist action icon, Linda Hamilton had very different dreams. Fresh out of the Lee Strasberg Theater Institute in New York, she imagined herself on classical stages, performing Shakespeare, building a serious career rooted in prestige and tradition. Science fiction was not part of that vision. Action films weren't either. When the script for The Terminator arrived in 1984, she was skeptical. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a robot assassin didn't exactly scream artistic fulfillment to her. She worried the film would flop, and worse, that it would permanently derail her acting ambitions. Everything changed when she arrived on set. Watching Arnold Schwarzenegger train, prepare, and treat his body like professional equipment made her realize this project was something different. His discipline, generosity, and commitment reshaped how she viewed the film. That vulnerable waitress she played became iconic almost overnight. But more importantly, it planted the seeds for a transformation that no one, including herself, could have predicted. 7 years later, James Cameron called Linda Hamilton with an idea for a sequel. Pregnant and exhausted, she wasn't eager to return. Cameron insisted there was no film without her, and said he couldn't even write the script unless she agreed. Over dinner, that conversation changed cinema history. Hamilton made one demand: "I want to be crazy." She believed Sarah Connor, after years of being hunted and carrying humanity's fate, couldn't be calm or stable. Cameron embraced it, reshaping the character. Placing Sarah Connor in a mental institution wasn't weakness. It proved she was right while the world ignored her. In 1989, Linda Hamilton gave birth to her son, Dalton. Just 2 weeks later, she began the most punishing physical training of her life. James Cameron hired Uzi Gal, an Israeli commando, to train her with military precision. 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, for 13 straight weeks before filming even started. Running, biking, swimming, climbing endless stairs, lifting weights, performing walking lunges, and pushing her core until her body trembled. Then came weapons training. She learned how to reload magazines, clear rooms, move tactically, and think like a soldier. She dropped 12 pounds of fat, bench pressed 85 pounds for reps, and ran 8 miles without stopping. When Arnold Schwarzenegger saw her transformation, even he was stunned, calling her physical commitment extraordinary. The physical demands of Terminator 2: Judgment Day were only part of the ordeal for Linda Hamilton. The emotional toll was just as intense. Halfway through filming, rewatching the original Terminator left her disgusted with her younger self, seeing weakness where audiences once saw vulnerability. This drove her obsession to become stronger, harder, and more intimidating, pushing her through grueling emotional scenes, especially the 5-day sequence with Miles Dyson, which left her feeling empty and disoriented. Explosions and squibs disoriented her so much she could barely remember her actions, describing herself as shell-shocked, like a soldier in combat. James Cameron's relentless direction added constant pressure, and even minor line changes could provoke fear. Scenes in the freezing steel mill tested her physically, mirrored by her twin sister Leslie Hamilton.
The turning point came during the Pescadero elevator escape. Forgetting earplugs, Hamilton endured the shotgun blasts, collapsing from pain, suffering permanent hearing loss, yet silently finished the scene, embodying the unstoppable Terminator. While Sarah Connor was conquering screens worldwide, Linda Hamilton's personal life was unraveling. After filming Wrapped in 1991, she and James Cameron began a relationship that was passionate but volatile. Their daughter Josephine was born in 1993, but stability never followed. They separated, reunited, and pushed each other away repeatedly. They married in 1997, but by then the cracks were already deep. During the production of Titanic, James Cameron had an affair with Susie Amos, but Linda Hamilton later said the real mistress wasn't another woman, it was the film itself. Titanic consumed him completely. They divorced in 1999 in a settlement that reportedly cost James Cameron $50 million. Years later, Linda Hamilton revealed the deeper truths behind the collapse. She had struggled with bipolar disorder since her 20s, untreated and unmanaged. Mood swings, emotional instability, and destructive behavior took a heavy toll on her relationships. She openly admitted to harming partners emotionally and verbally. Both she and James Cameron eventually acknowledged something even more painful. He had fallen in love with Sarah Connor more than with Linda Hamilton herself. The character had consumed them both, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. After Terminator 2: Judgment Day, Linda Hamilton became a cultural phenomenon. Her arms became legendary. Women flooded gyms asking to look like Sarah Connor. But Hollywood quickly reduced her to one thing: a tough action role. Script after script offered the same character in different packaging. When Terminator 3 came calling, she refused, not because of money or ego, but because she couldn't endure the training again. She called herself an addict to that level of physical punishment and knew returning would destroy her. 28 years later, in 2018, James Cameron called again about Terminator: Dark Fate. She ignored the call 3 times before realizing it was professional. At 63, she questioned whether she could still do it. The training returned, different but just as demanding. Under trainer Mackie Shilstone, she trained for over a year with strict dieting, weightlifting, Pilates, scuba lessons, and military drills squeezed into 6-day shooting weeks. Her greatest fear wasn't the pain, it was comparison. She worked until exhaustion, sometimes sleeping 20 hours straight. Now, at 72, Linda Hamilton can finally see her legacy clearly. She didn't just play an action hero, she changed what women could be on screen forever. The cost was brutal, but the impact was undeniable. If this story moved you, hit like, share this video, and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories. Drop a comment with your favorite Sarah Connor moment. We read every one. Thanks for watching.